Supposed to be green lasers descending from the sky.
Haley Welch, the Hawk Tour girl, is in the news today because she launched a meme.
This is what he captures on the trail cam.
Did you know that your phone contains fairies? Let me explain. In German law, miners believed that a bad type of fairy called a kobold would lead them to terrible ore that couldn't be extracted. That is, until they figured out how to. Once scientists figured out how to extract the ore, they named it after that very same fairy, and the element cobalt was born. Today, cobalt is an important component in smartphone batteries, and so the fairies live on in them, which might explain why I lose mine so often.
Oh my god, that is so neat. Oh man, the fairies are real. You see, we got the cobalt. Welcome back, goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. Hey, I got some more creepy, strange For You page content. Are you ready for it? Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
That right there is a mold impression we took of what looks to be a human footprint.
If I had $1 for every time I heard a conspiracy theorist say looks like, I would buy the Creation Evidence Museum and turn it into a Planned Parenthood. That single observation is where almost every single conspiracy train of thought starts and ends.
Because this sandstone is probably 100 to 200 million years old, according to evolution.
Yeah, I'd say that evolutionarily, that makes a lot of sense. See that footprint there? Yeah, it's clear evidence that rocks actually evolved bipedalism. Behold, a featherless biped. Eat your heart out, Diogenes.
We're not sure, but I'll tell you, that big toe is really convincing. We'll leave it up to you folks to just...
Oh, it's up to us. It's choose your own adventure, young Earth creationism. Confusing common geologic features with human footprints is young Earth creationist bread and butter. So much so that I had to make a literal entire video addressing it. But that sandstone erosion does look like...
Wait, what's this guy's deal? Hey, it's his timeline. In his timeline, he not feeling it. But in your timeline, are you feeling it? Is this a footprint? Sure look like one.
Why would somebody build a 16-level underground city 10,000 years ago?
There was 200 of these cities. There's not
why
one,
though?
not
Why?
one of them. Why? We don't. That's a good question. If they're as old as they say, they could be hiding from some kind of cataclysm on the surface.
That doesn't make any sense. A cataclysm, you don't expect, we don't be like, okay, we're getting a cataclysm next year on this date, now let's start building a city. That doesn't make any sense. Cataclysms happen like that. Correct.
So they're one of the mysteries. I mean, I believe that something happened. So what on earth was going on here, and how old are they really? This is one of the big questions. No one really knows.
No one really knows. No one really knows. But when that cataclysm happens, it's going to be just like that. So I'm ready every day. I live every day like it's my last. And it is a much more peaceful way to live. You don't ever hold any grudges. You're just always making peace with everybody and everything. Hi, goons.
So you think giants are just a fictional character in cartoons and movies, huh? You sure about that? You're sure that these giant weapons found all over the world were just made for decoration? And that these artifacts that look like something most certainly just be something else? And things found like giant crowns and giant footprints just have to be someone's idea of a good prank? And that all of these newspaper articles from the late 1800s and early 1900s talking about 16-foot giants and 14-foot giants and 18-foot giants, definitely all a hoax. And that these books, some as large as a grown woman, are definitely just decorative. And that the Bible, the oldest history book in the world, that talks about giants 80 times, was certainly just joking around. And if you're sure of all that, well then you're most certainly sure that all these giant-sized doors were just the style of the times, and they would never make anything where you would have to lock it all the way at the top that only a giant could reach, right? And of course you would have to be sure that all these hundreds of mounds found in America with giant remains in them, most certainly, again, are just a hoax. And that these giant skeletons found buried all over the world most certainly weren't covered up and destroyed by a certain well-known museum. You're probably right. Sometimes I just let my imagination...
Yeah, this is one of the few things that I'm gonna go with Tyler on this and say, yeah, Ice Wall guy, I'm with you on the giants. I'm feeling it's gotta be. Why is it darkness? Just like the dragons.
We're all talking about these booms that are being heard all around the U.S. Primarily, it started in Idaho. Now other states are chiming in and stating they're hearing these loud booms and they have no explanation for them. Well, the following video is from a man with the TikTok handle name of the Copland Farms. He captures some of the boom sounds out in Idaho, and as you can tell, he's way out in the middle of nowhere. His farm is a remote area, and he can hear these booms. But the question still remains, what is causing this? Is it some sort of secret testing that we're not aware of? We know over 40 years ago, sonic boom testing was made illegal. So what's going on? Take a look at this and tell me what you think.
Well, that's strange. Most of these reports are coming from rural Idaho, and as you can tell, we're quite a ways out here. We're on the edge of the reservoir right here with the mountains out there in the distance, so I think we'd be in a prime spot, according to what I've been hearing, to hear these booms. And so we're going to pay a little more close attention, I guess.
I definitely heard the booms on this one, and I want to say sounded like something firing or something. That is interesting. I don't know what it could be. I need someone that's expert to tell me what the real thing is.
This freaking thing right here. I just heard about a guy here in the States that saw this exact video, learned that these things weren't being sold here in America, and figured out a way to do it. But before I get to that, here's what this actually is. This is an Argentine fire pit, and they're made and sold only in Argentina. And there's 8 times as many people in the United States as in Argentina, and we're meat obsessed just like they are. So this guy thought, if that sells well there, that would sell well here. So he took this ugly website, threw it up, sent it to friends and family, commissioned a welder to start making prototypes, and started getting orders. He didn't ask for permission, you can just do things. His thesis is, we had the big green egg, we had Traeger pellet grills, we had pizza ovens, what's the next big outdoor grill? Could it be this? I don't know, but I admire entrepreneurship and people that take big bets on themselves. By the way, this is that ugly website. Follow me for more business content like this.
I've never heard of this grill. I didn't realize this was like a ad for this grill or something, but it definitely seems interesting. Hey, you can make anything happen as long as you have the ability to do it and then figure out the money situation and then get the prototype and then start an entire company, build a website and start selling the things and don't ask for any licenses or anything and just keep doing. Sorry, we're gonna do the things. Hey, we're gonna do the things.
An Appalachian man was sleeping in his bed when he captures this.
Hold on for a sec, man. What the fuck?
A man named Braden was sleeping in his bed late one night when he captured something terrifying on video. He started hearing his own voice talking to him.
Wow, it's really bad right now.
Braden decides to investigate the sounds.
Okay, hold up. Why is the tree on that? Whatever that is coming from up here. Should I attempt to go in there? Fuck. Because that was coming, all that thumping, it was coming from right in there, in that room.
Braden, hold on for a sec, man. What the fuck?
What the fuck was that? You guys, did I just hear that right?
Get up here now.
Okay.
His own voice was heard trying to get him to come upstairs. Many people believe this is a mimic trying to lure him into the upstairs bedroom. Braden explains that the only people that were there.
Wait, who are the only people that were there? Why did they always add? I wanted more context, but I'm assuming it was just him, like all the other scary ones. Yeah, this sounded like a mimic. It sounds just like his voice, and it's trying to get you to go somewhere. Once you get there, it's going to take over your... Don't go. Just don't go anywhere. Stay home, stay safe. Hey, you made it to this point in the video. You must like what you're watching, and I would appreciate it if you help us grow the Goon Gang, and we can only do that with your interaction. Hey, are you a true goon? Are you going to interact before the video even starts on the next video? Are you a goon? Are you just going to interact? Hey, we would appreciate you. Interact. Thank you.
Your zipper's down. Zip it up. Okay, listen, this cannot keep happening, you guys. This is a kid's show. You can't be walking around with a bunch of guys with your zippers hanging out. You want one of the kids to see your thing? Huh? You want that on your conscience? I'm scared you're gone. You hear me? You're out of here. Fired. Okay? You're fired too. I don't care if you're a girl. Girls got things too. I don't want to see girl things or guy things. 3 words. Zip it up. Got it? You're gone. And he's out of here. You're fired. This guy's gone. And everybody's fired. Gone. Out of here. You understand?
Is this a real thing that happened, or is this a joke or a skit? It sounds like it was real, but everyone thought it was a joke. But yo, this is actually real. Stop this BS. Zip it up. Just don't. We should just have kids recording kids, and then finally we get a kids television show that's actually ran by kids. That's the network that kids should be watching.
Check this video out, y'all. This hunter runs across this shelter in the woods, and he decides to leave a trail cam for 7 days. Check out this structure first, you guys. He finds this in the woods, so he decides to leave a trail cam strapped to a tree for 7 days, as you're about to see here. He leaves it strapped right to that tree right there. As you can see, the trail cam is pointing directly at the structure. Seven days later, along with many broken limbs, this is what he captures on the trail cam. Check out that Sasquatch right there. He captures this on the trail cam after leaving it strapped to a tree, pointing right at the shelter for 7 days, you guys. This is without a doubt legit evidence that these creatures exist and they're out there. I'm gonna zoom in so you can get a good look at him. He's gonna face forward here in a few seconds. You're gonna see just how wide he is. Now, if this was a man in a suit, it'd have to be Shaq or somebody, or just look at that shoulder span. That is not human. Check it out, you guys. This is a Sasquatch. Up close and personal.
I mean, you keep telling me it's a Sasquatch. I keep looking at him like, yo, is that a black bear? I see bear. All I'm seeing is a bear scratching itself on the tree. I think everything's fine here.
What was that, Taylor?
We make music for a purpose.
It is music that by even the act of listening to it, you are participating in a satanic ritual.
Okay, Swifties, we all know by now that Zena LeVay, you know, the Satanist, but you heard what they were talking about. They said by even listening to the music, you partake in a satanic ritual. You ever heard of a rap sigil? Listen.
It's a thing where they, 1, murder somebody, 2, record the murder, 3, chop the audio up and sample it, and return to the murder scene and rap where they murder somebody at. They put it on a mixtape, and that creates a sigil. They sell the mixtape, people listen to it, and boom, the sigil is charged, and they make a lot of profit from it.
Is this what Lil Uzi Vert was talking about at his concert?
Obviously, all y'all is going to hell, right with me. So, you heard the song a million times, and you didn't even know. That's up, but I still love.
It's crazy, because now them lyrics are starting to make sense. I don't really care if you cry. I just know you should have never lied. She said she's not afraid to die. Just a stretch. Now, one of the most well-known examples of this is from this song, Bad Things by Cults. In the background of this song is actually the infamous last speech of Jim Jones. You know, the cult leader who poisoned his entire cult. At certain points of the song, you can actually hear screams from the children in the cult. Scroll if you don't want to hear it.
Wait, I couldn't hear it, but maybe I'm not meant to hear it. Oh man, that's so sad. That's so sad. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lil Uzi Vert. You know, one of the lyrics is all my friends are dead, push me to the edge. And yeah, it really makes you wonder, was he pushed to the edge? He was tired of seeing all the things and finally wanted to make it, and now that's why he has such a big following. Oh boy. Oh boy.
The reason I'm able to stay in a magnetic mindset continuously is because no matter what someone says to me, my response is, and God is my supply. They have a lack mindset. Well, God is my supply. They're worried about love. Well, God is my supply. No matter what it is, opportunity, places, people, whoever, whatever, my answer always is God is my supply. Therefore, I'm always in my divine feminine energy and don't have to worry about chasing or clawing for something out there. God's bank is the biggest bank. God is the greatest matchmaker. God can do it all. God sees all, knows all, and knows better than my limited perception. My perception, my brain, what I think is God's floor. So the next time someone's trying to get you to lower yourself to their level, remember your response is, well, God is my supply.
Hey, you do whatever your religion tells you. You believe in whatever your religion says, and just know that sometimes that's an aid for your spiritual adventure as well. Hey, don't let anyone keep you down.
Remember those tapeworms that I ate a couple months ago? Well, they're back and they're making me feel absolutely terrible. Every day that I wake up, I feel more and more fatigued. No matter how much sleep I get or food that I eat, I always just feel like crap. I have stomach pain and non-stop diarrhea, which are the main symptoms for having tapeworms. I went to the doctor to see what's going on, and he says that I definitely have them again. More than likely, I never killed off the original batch, like at least one of them was still alive in my body and they've started to reproduce again. We all know that video of the bear with the tapeworms coming out of its butt, and it's looking like that's gonna be me if I don't get these tapeworms under control. This has serious problems. The worms can go into my eyes and brains and literally eat me from the inside out, so if I don't figure this out, I could end up dead. Since I've eaten those tapeworms, I've also eaten literal worms, so I'm kind of confused on whether this is a whole nother parasite or the original one to begin with. There's not really a way for the doctor to test it either, so we're kind of just guessing with the medication here.
Dude, I get this guy on social media all the time. He's like King Neptune eating all the sea creatures and ocean creatures of the waters. Like, he is wild. Now it's been like a year. He's still posting. I'm thinking he's gotten rid of the tapeworms by now.
There are no aliens. There's just the civilizations that live beyond the ice wall.
The hell are you talking about?
See, they want you to believe that there's these alien civilizations out in the depths of outer space that may or may not be coming to get you, but it's just a facade. The reality is that there are simply civilizations beyond what we can observe, beyond the ice wall, right here on planet Earth, but just in regions we have been kept from seeing, kept from knowing about. These civilizations beyond the ice wall, as you could imagine, have technology far beyond what we can fathom, and so when they fly above us in their inconceivably advanced ships, we kind of misconstrue it with the idea of quote-unquote aliens from space, when in reality it's just advanced civilizations from Earth. But of course, the oligarchs want you to be scared and have this fear of the great unknown, and so they peddle this narrative about outer space and alien encounter theories. The whole time all of these other advanced beings are right here on Earth.
That's what they keep saying. The aliens are in the water. They're in the water. Then no one really cares. It's like, all right, they said it. And the next day just came. Man, what are these hearings all for if everyone's just going to be like not acting on it? What's the next step? We need to send that goon expedition. We need to go. Maybe Congress can say, oh, maybe the goons can be the ones that discover. Oh, could you imagine that expedition? That'd be wild. Who's coming?
Haley Welch, the Hawk Tuah girl, is in the news today because she launched a meme coin that spiked to an insanely high price in its first day and then plummeted. And now people who invested in that thing are talking about potential legal action against her. And how did we get here? We got here because one day Haley Welch went to bed a normal person and the next day she woke up famous. And when that happens to people, they start trying to cash grab on their new audience as fast as possible because they don't know how long that giant audience is going to be there. But when you start making stuff and selling it to an audience, you're a creator now, which means you are ruled by the same question that rules every creator every moment of every day. What else do you got? She started a podcast, Talk to Her, that was piping hot and fell off like this cryptocurrency. What else do you got? When the answer to that question starts coming up empty, when you realize you have sold faster than you can create, a lot of people, when they have nothing else to sell, start selling their audience nothing. And I mean that literally. They start selling nothingness, air burgers, things that aren't things, like meme coin.
Hey, don't do this. Don't do what Haley did. Then luckily I'm not selling you guys anything, but I do ask for your interaction and I ask for your support. And I love the members. The members are the best. They're the only thing that keeps me afloat. Wait, what? This is in Scotland? Yet again. Cybergrape, you keep sending me videos about tourist reasons to go to Scotland. Now it's part of my algorithm. Are we going to go look for this vampire? Are we going to make a trip to Scotland? This is going to get interesting. Or sorry, not Scotland. Where is this? Gorbals, Glasgow? Where we're going to go find it. We're going to go find metal teeth, huh? Sounds crazy.
So there's several videos going viral right now of what's supposed to be green lasers descending from the sky.
People's homes scanning the ground with that green laser.
People started paying attention after this particular video went viral. In this video, you can see a plane flashing a green laser and kind of scanning the ground. This made a lot of people start questioning what the heck was going on. Where were these green lasers coming from? And then just a couple of months later, a CCTV camera captured what looks like several green laser beams of light descending from space. Needless to say, this got a lot of attention, and experts and researchers were saying that this probably came from a Chinese satellite, but no one knows.
What the is that?
Now this is where things take a really strange turn. Just a couple of months after, there were several videos popping up all over the internet of what's supposed to be these green laser beams descending from the sky.
What in the ever-living fuck is that?
This got so much attention that it ended up on the news, and they actually found out that some of the planes scanning the ground with these green lasers were owned by a company named Randigo, but still, no one knew why they were doing this.
I was just getting home and I saw it going back and forth with a laser beam, and it scanned over me multiple times. I've never had flight radar until this happened, because I'm like, what the heck is going on? But it shows the
What the heck? I've seen a few of these green laser videos before, and this one really dives deep into it. Where do we go from here? Now we know they exist. Now we know which airplanes are the ones that are scanning. What do we do now? What are they doing this for? And next they're going to tell us there's aliens in the sky, not just the water. Aliens in the sky. Wait a second.
Basically, we're talking about levitation.
I think levitation was probably a scientific reality to ancient cultures.
I don't know too many people left that are buying the ancient Egypt. The pyramids were built with by lifting stone that weighed tons, thousands and thousands of pounds with sticks.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those stones are 50, 100, 200 tons, even bigger than that.
Do you believe in 0-point energy? I believe they were able to harness some type of energy out of the earth to move those. I don't see any other way.
That's exactly the direction I would go with it.
You know, if you just put a block or a paperweight or whatever on a table or on top of a speaker and apply frequency and vibration, it moves on its own. And so if you had some people guiding where that needed to be moved, basically we're talking about levitation.
I think levitation was probably a scientific reality to ancient cultures.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the stories about the Ark of the Covenant, it was sheathed in gold, and it would have been extremely heavy. Would have been very difficult for people to lift and move. And I've seen some calculations of how heavy the thing would have been. And, it was carried on staves because no one, according to the accounts, no one could touch it, lest they would get fried somehow. But I noticed, interestingly, that, the tribe that was the only tribe that was allowed of the 12 tribes to actually...
Wait, what tribe was only... Why did the videos always end at the good parts? Oh my god, they were about to tell us the secrets. Oh boy, no, they haven't even figured out the secrets, Teddy. No one knows. We still don't know what the capstone was, or if there was a capstone, or what the purpose was, or if it truly was a mix of gold and silver together and they figured out the way to... Sorry. Yeah, 100% those stones weren't lifted by sticks. No, I don't believe that at all. Alright, we're gonna do one more, just one more, to end them all.
Explaining the booms.
It's come to my attention that the videos I made about the mysterious boom sounds may have caused some unexpected concerns and consequences. I'm making this video to set the record straight and clear up any rumors and misinformation. I was recently contacted by some well-educated scientists who explained the whole boom phenomenon. First, the booms that we are hearing and feeling are not new. In fact, they've been happening for hundreds of years, and they are just part of nature. In fact, there are several natural causes that produce the boom sound. A few of these natural and normal causes are as follows. 1. Skyquakes, which is basically lightning without a flash. As the atmosphere rubs together, it creates molecular tension, which builds up and gets released. as a soundburst or a boom. And 2, normal lightning. Just because you didn't see the flash didn't mean it didn't happen. Plus, sound travels slower than light, so you wouldn't see anything by the time you heard it. 3, small seismic activity. In other words, small earthquakes. Now, the reason these booms seem like they're happening more frequently is because of social media, exaggerating the natural phenomenon. Another reason people actually hear more today than they did before is because society as a whole has become much quieter. 30 years ago, there were no sound restrictions on airplanes or cars, so we're hearing better today, thanks to the government.
What? No, thanks to the government. You stop it. There's something else going on here. That video was weird. Is this the guy from the paranormal chick in the last video where she's like, yo, he's talking about the beans, but he's talking about the booms? Or is this about the booms, about the Idaho farmer that also heard the booms? Are we all explaining all the booms? I'm sorry. I'm trying to spiral, but I don't want to spiral. We're not spiraling on the last video, Teddy. Teddy, you're spiraling. I'm spiraling. No. What booms are these? Why is there more booms? What if the booms were not even caused by any of the 3 things he said, and they're actually by the aliens in the sky that we found out about in the... Sorry. All right. Goons, you made it to the end. How'd you do? There was a lot of videos in this that were definitely weird and strange. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. Hopefully you are a goon and you're going to interact the next time I see you. There should be videos on the screen now. Click on either one of them. Continue the goon fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Wake up.